Hey guys, it's Darlene and welcome to my channel. Alright, so today's video is trying new makeup, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, first and foremost, if you're already subscribed to my channel, I just want to say thank you so very much. If you are not yet subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. That way you won't miss out on any videos. All right, so I know it's been forever since we did some new makeup. So I bought a bunch of stuff, most of it from Sephora. But I'm also pulling out some tried and trues that I haven't used for a while and kind of revisit those because they're favorites. They're still with me. So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's get barefaced. Before we begin though, please ignore this disaster. This is just what I'm stuck with at the moment. We sealed off this area. That was an opening before, if you remember. So they sealed it off with wood. It's got to be painted, but it won't be done for a while because we're going to have the painters come back all at one time. So the countertops are going to be installed on Thursday. The backsplash is going to be done on Saturday. So then the following week, next week, we should be able to get the painters in here and then paint everything that needs to be painted all at one time. So, and then the boxes, I know. But once the kitchen is done, I can get the boxes into the kitchen. So it's not beautiful, I know, so just bear with me a little bit longer and we'll get there. We'll eventually, we will get there. All right, so let's get barefaced and try some new products and I'll tell you at the end my thoughts. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started with this new makeup. I put a few of my serums on downstairs. I do keep a few in the fridge, so I'm gonna put my Helios on, which is from Earth Arbor, which I love. I've talked about my skincare a million times, so I won't go through that. I picked up some new eye patches. These ones are by INC or Ink. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. These ones have niacinamide. They're supposed to be party recharge, so let's see how I feel about them. They do come with a pair of tweezers, which I actually like the tweezers better than the little spoon that the other ones. This is what they look like. They're kind of neon blue. They actually look like something a Little Mermaid would wear. I like that. So let me put them on. They're nice and cool. I used to laugh at people that had little refrigerators for their makeup. I thought, ugh, how bougie. And then I got one and I was like, oh, not so bougie. I love it because it just feels so much better when things are cool. The next thing I'm gonna do is plump the lips. So City Beauty is my favorite lip plumper. Just got a brand spanking new one. This is the clear. They have colors as well. The purpose of this for me is to plump and help get rid of the fine lines. So I actually overline. So those little tiny lines, you know, kind of help fill those in. So I do this. So that by the time I'm ready to do my lips, which is the last thing I do, they're nice and full and plumped. Now, I'm not saying that I have thin lips. I do have fairly plumpy lips. But, you know, as we get older, they thin. I mean, it's just a fact. Now, I did purchase another one of these little hair remover thingies. I can't think of the name of it. It'll be listed in the description box. I now have two. So they have the original, which is the white, and they have a rose gold because I need one up here and one downstairs now that there's two levels. The purpose of this is, although I do use the Derma Flash, you all know that, is to get around the mouth because you can't really do that. And I don't know about you, maybe it's just me, but I get all these stupid little hairs around here all of a sudden and they're horrible. And this worked perfect. It's super simple, doesn't hurt at all, so you could put your finger to it. It doesn't touch. It takes a little AA battery, and then these are the little removable heads, and you can replace them. So now I have a little rose gold one up here, so I picked that up. All right, now while this is working, let's go ahead and do eyeshadow. Okay, so downstairs I did put on the City Beauty eyelid firming stuff. All right, so let's talk about eyes. I did pick up a Natasha Denona palette for spring. I thought this was really, really pretty colors. It does come with a little tiny brush, so great for traveling, I guess. So let's go ahead and create a little spring look. Now, being that this is the second time that I have done this video, I know how this palette plays out. So I'm going to show you though. This color right here, we're gonna use this transition. Now I'm gonna show you something. This looks, I'm gonna bring it in. This looks like a really, really light color, and yet when you swatch it, it looks nothing like it. I don't know. It's very interesting to me. So with a very light hand, I'm gonna go in because this is very pigmented and it's got a lot of kickback. I just need to be, you know, light-handed, let's just say, because this will become just a mess. So I'm gonna go up high on the brow bone. I have very, very, very hooded eyes. And no, I've never had Botox or anything like that. So any lifting that I get from my microcurrent device and skincare products. And the way that I put my eyeshadow. Now let's go ahead and go into the second dark, this color right here, which is really pretty. Now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm not gonna use this brush because for me, it's probably better we'll try it later. So I'm gonna go in now at an angle and go into that crease and just darken that up. And pull it up and out. And I've learned that extremely pigmented, which can be good and bad. And at the end, I'll go through and tell you my thoughts. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead with the little Natasha Denona brush, and I'm going to go into the darkest color, which is this really pretty plum. And I'm going to darken and see if this brush will work. It's not gonna work, but we're gonna try it anyways. I don't like the brush. Nice flat brush that's got some structure to it. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and just darken that outer corner. Now this particular color has no kickback. So it's why I'm not tapping, because I've learned that it just doesn't. Now, I'd love to say that I love these shimmers. The problem is that they're more like glitter than a shimmer. It will feel like a shimmer. It's really soft, but when you put it on, well, now that came out pretty. So make me a liar. Let me show you the second one. These are the shimmers. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, so those are some pretty powerful colors. I'm gonna go in with this little shimmer here, and we're just gonna add a small amount kind of all over the lid. I will tell you, this is not my favorite shimmers at all, like at all. They're gonna need some help because they're super patchy. See this? They just don't glide. And maybe if I push them on, I don't know. They're just, Yeah, no, they're super, 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 super patchy. So what I'm gonna do is go into my Tati Beauty. I know they don't sell this anymore, and I will try and find this one, but this is one of my favorite shimmers with this one here. And what I'm gonna do is just put it, see, look at the power of that. It's just gonna make the look better. And since I've done this before, I know that the shimmers just, they need help in the palette. It's just a fact. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. I'm gonna go in with the Estee Lauder eyeliner in Coffee. I only do my upper waterline, typically 99.9% of the time. And I just drag it across and flick up. Drag it across, flick up. Okay, now let's go ahead and do lashes. Y'all know that I love false eyelashes. You know, 2 years ago, if you told me that I'd be wearing false eyelashes almost every day, I'd be like, you're insane. No way. But yes, I love it. Well, they have this kit. This is new. This is by Velour. And the lashes are super tiny, super natural. It comes with glue and the tweezers. So it's a good price. Now, I will say, I think this was like about $26, which, great. Because a pair of like lashes from anywhere else can cost, you know, $28. So, but the problem is when you go to refill just the lashes are like 24, I want to say, but they're good lashes. I'll see how long. I like them that they have a nice thick band. I didn't have to cut them, with the exception of cutting the little, there's always like a little tiny piece of plastic at the end. So they fit pretty good. They have a good, so what I do, just, I wrap it around my finger, measure it, cut it if you need to. I wrap it around my finger to kind of give it that bend. I don't like these tweezers, by the way, they're too small. It's just my preference. I just go in with my normal tweezers. I do like their lash glue. So, it will go on white, and I'm just gonna put it across I can't do it in the cab, sorry, I have to do it down below or I can't see. And there's nothing worse than getting too much lash glue. So I will show you. It comes out white, which is great. So there we go. So you go. And then this is what the lash looks like. And then I'm gonna turn the fan on here. I swear, #1 trick is that you want it tacky. So you don't want to try and just go right in, or it's going to slip all over the place. And it's going to make your job harder. So by just letting it dry a little, and it sort of turns translucent, and I'll show you. So in comparison, see how it's starting to turn translucent? So that's great. So I have my mirror here and I turn it downwards. I start in the middle because that's just it. And then I choose whatever end I want to, you know, there is no rhyme or reason why I'll say outer corner, inner corner, doesn't matter. Okay, I'm hoping you guys can see. And then I go in and just push, push, push. And these ones are tiny, much tinier than I'm used to. So see, there you go. They're super natural. I mean, honestly, let's zoom in a little. But I love that it just opens the eye, and I feel anyways. So again, I just kind of push down. Okay, there we go. Eyelashes on. I'll turn the fan off, although it felt good. Okay, so now I got my big giant hair. This is right out of bad hair. Now we'll just let them do their thing. They are a little smaller. Well, I don't know. They're a little smaller than I'm used to, but good. All right, next is eyebrows. So one of the newest products, and I just picked up a brand new one, is from Merit. It's called 1980 Brow. It goes like this. It looks almost like a mascara, a little wand here. And what I love about them is that this is in the color brown, is that if you have eyebrows, it's perfect. If you don't have, and you know, they're just thinning a little, or you just want to fill them in, or you want to darken them a little, perfect. If you're needing to full on draw on eyebrows, not the product for you. But I'll do one side and then I'll show you the difference. But you can just keep building up the product to your liking. So there's the difference. It gives a really pretty lift. See that? Look at the difference. No lift, lift. One simple thing. It helps with lifting. Now y'all, I have to tell you some truth here. Since starting this whole adventure, I have not been using my microcurrent device because it was packed away, all of them. I have 3, I know, 3 different ones. And when I was in Texas getting ready for this, I was under so much stress. I'm lucky I did any skincare whatsoever. It was the bare minimum, trust me. And then moving here, it's like I'm so exhausted at night. I'm just gonna take these off, that I haven't been doing it. And I noticed, started filming, and I was like, whoa, we need to get back on track. So yesterday I started back up with New Face, just because that's the one I have. I can't find a charger for any 3 that I have. So again, we're gonna see, hopefully they won't hopefully it won't die on me. So I started back and I was so happy. But I will say the one thing that I have been using is the Luxamax, which helps penetrate the serums and stuff, and I will get into that. Now, one of the other products I picked up, it's a lip product. It's for night, so I will show you, but I could not find my Touch a Lip Mask, and I told you when I had breast cancer and I was in the hospital and your lips are super, super dry. I noticed when I moved here, holy crap, my skin is just so different. So I've had to adjust, and one of the things was my lips were so dry, and I was like, I couldn't find it, so I reordered a new one. So then of course last night I found it because I was emptying a box, but I bought a brand new one. I use this at night, or if I'm not if I'm just, you know, doing lip care, for instance, like I'm just not going anywhere and my lips are dry, I'll put that on. But that is seriously the best lip product for and I just keep double checking to make sure there's no lifting going on. Yeah. All right, so next, okay, so eyes are done with the exception of mascara, which I'll do after I do everything. So now let's talk about these. I will tell you the very first time I used them, this is only the second time, is that they stung a little, okay? None of the other ones, the Cocoa Stars, Peter Thomas Roth, they did not sting. These ones stung a little. I was like, ooh, what's going on? But then it dissipates. Now I've used it for the second time, and no, it doesn't sting. I really don't know how they compare yet to the Cocoa Star. I think that they do a fairly decent job. You know, I've got a little mirror here, a little mirror here. I miss my big mirror, but there's a window. So it looks good though. I think that they work. We'll see how, you know, favorites, fills, and empties, I'll let you know a little bit more, but you could see a little bit less puffiness and a little bit brightness. Lips, oh yeah, see that? You've gotta love City Beauty Lip Plumping Lip Gloss. Come on now. It's very good. I'm going to go ahead and put a moisturizer on. This one was given to me. This is Tatcha. This is called the Dewy Skin Cream. It's purpley. It's creamy. It has a bit of a fragrance to it, which I'm not super like jazzed about. Feels great on the skin. I will let you know in favorites, fills, and empties, because again, this is only the second time I've tried it. So I think that it feels good on the skin and it looks good on the skin. Currently, what I've been using is the Jose Mara Face Body Butter, which I love. I'm getting very close to being empty. This is really good. It's like the whipped body butter for your, I'll put some on, why not? This has no fragrance. The next thing, the most important thing next to using a tretinoin is sunscreen. This is City Beauty Skin Perfecting Daily Veil. This is a gold standard of mine. You know this once I found it. This is my tried and true. It's just a triple threat. So it comes in a pump format, and it is slightly tinted, and what it does is 3 things. 1, sunscreen, protects against UVA and UVB. Number 2 is it has anti-aging properties, so the more you use it, the better your skin's gonna look. And number 3, it has pore minimizing properties. So all those little pores, sometimes what I'll do is, I feel like this needs a little bit of a shake, is I'll put a little extra right here where my pores are and just kind of work that in. And I no longer use a pore minimizer. So like I used to love, and it's right here, I just never use it, is the Tarte, what is it called? It's been so long, y'all. The Tarte pore minimizing, I don't know, whatever the heck it's called, but I don't really use it. Perhaps if I was going out on like some major special occasion, I might use it, but honestly, look. Now, this will give you a little white cast. We talked about this. It will sink in. I'm going to go in with my Gold Bond Neck and Chest Firming Cream, just because I haven't done that. And so it will give a little white cast, but it will sink in. But what I do during the summer, I have like a 3-step thing that I do, but right now, being that it's not summer, it's definitely winter, is I'm just gonna go in with, I picked up a new one. This is the Winky Lux in Light. I was out, went through a whole one. You'll see it in the empties. So this is a Light. I'm going to go in with just a little of the Winky Lux Tinted Moisturizer. I love this. This just kind of combats the little paleness that you get, or the little white cast that you get from the sunscreen. And it gives, honestly, you could use these 2 things, boom, and do a no makeup day. No joke, I've done it. But we bought a new foundation we're gonna try. I've tried it once, so I actually will be able to tell you how it wore. This is the, pick it up, there we go. He wants to pick up everything, but there we go. So this is the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I got it in 1N14 pump format. So when I first tried this, I was like, oh my God, it's so yellow in comparison to like my tried and true, which is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra, which I use in 2N1 and 3W1, depending on whether we're in summer, winter, spring, fall. And I'm going to use my Tati Blendiful on one side, and I will use a Blendiful on the other side, because these are no longer available, and I'm so upset. I'm going to be devastated when I no longer can use the ones I have. But you see how fast? I mean, it's literally boom, half my face done. They're so fast. So with this, let me wet this Blendiful. Okay. So I have a little dampened beauty blender. I feel like I'm going back like 3 years. I'm gonna tell you, it just takes so much more product. But you know, whatever. And it just takes forever. It just feels like it takes forever. So here we go. Now I'm going to stick to my tried and true L'Oreal Infallible contour stick. So interestingly enough, I saw something on TikTok that's going to make me do something a little bit different. Typically, I would go right below my cheekbone, right? But to give a more lifted look, they say go a little bit higher, like higher. I know. Now I'm gonna go down along the jawline, okay? Because one, I don't have a jaw, so we need to have a jaw. And we're just gonna go along that jawline and then straight up. So, we have the jaw, and we have this. Now, you see, I'm not all blended in. Fear not. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take one of my favorite palettes, which is Too Faced Natural Face, which I haven't used in a long time. And I pulled it out probably month ago, and I've been all over it again. I did pick up another brush. This is my, oh, I threw it in the trash bin to show you guys. So I bought a new It Cosmetics. I love this angled brush. It works beautifully for works beautifully for bronzer or contouring. So I'm going in with this color right here. I put the majority of it at the bottom of the brush, and then I start at the top and then work my way down and just right along where we just did and across, keeping this space clean. And see what that's doing is just rubbing in. I don't need to do it, it's doing it itself. And then underneath the jaw, down the neck. Let's go ahead. I'm going to use my Estee Lauder tried and true. I think it's 2N1. We're going to go in with our concealer. And for me, all I do is put a little here, a little here, a little tiny here, and a little bit here. And we'll do a little light there. If I were to had contour my nose, I'd put some down the middle, but we're doing simple, sort of. And I use a different beauty blender. Now, I will say, I did pick up this beauty blender. We're gonna use it for powder. Okay, so I'm gonna go in that center, pull it along the tear trough. This is the tear trough. The idea is bringing light to dark. A tear trough is like, you know, a ravine, very dark. So we want to bring light. So what I do is I start here in the corner, bringing the majority of it along the tear trough, and then whatever's left is what comes up the eye. And then I pull it up along, so we're pulling everything up. Now, before anything has time to wrinkle and crease and all that, I'm going to go with my favorite powder, which is Bella Pierre, and I'm going to use the other side. I'm going to go in, shake it off, and then I'm going to pat. I'm going to do this side with blender, and then I'm going to go in with this little puppy right here, and I'm going to okay, this is the eye. Okay, I'll let you know my thoughts later. I don't like it. I don't know. Okay, next, let's finish these eyes. Let's take a little brush, and we will go into this. Let's go into the darker color. It's just a flat, more structured brush, and I'm gonna just hit that. Oh, I forgot to look, guys, I forgot to do this. My forehead. How long would it have taken for me to see that? There we go. Let me just powder that area. Okay. All right. And I'm just meeting it up. So I'm doing angle here. And then just blending it in. This is a pretty color. Pretty. Now I'm going to go in with the lighter color, the lightest one we use as the transition. I'm just going to do the middle part here. This one has so much fallout, it's crazy. Now I'm going to take the Tati Blendiful palette. Don't even look at this palette, it's like a disaster. Here, sorry. And little tiny brush. Alexa, what time is it? Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 9:15 a.m.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this little brush right here and I'm gonna go in and I'm going to just hit that corner. Look at that. Sparkle. All right, blush. All right, I did pick, oh, well, let's do mascara. So I've got two that I'm gonna use and there's a reason. So I'm gonna use Pericone's MD No Mascara for the upper. And what I wanna do is pull my lashes that are in the outer corner. I want to get mascara on them and pull them out. Okay, and then on this side, same thing. And then we just do the lashes a little bit. I really only concentrate on the outer half. And I'll explain in a moment. So I start with that. Then I go in with Estee Lauder's Extreme, Sumptuous Extreme for my lower lashes. And then again, I'm gonna use this to really pull those little baby lashes that I don't have out. Now what I'm gonna do, it's a process, it goes fast though, is I want to marry the lash, the false eyelashes with my lashes. So I just give a little crimp, 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 and then make sure everything is how I want it. Well, to the best of my ability. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm gonna blend this a little bit more. Just blending, blending, blending. All right, blush. So I picked up this blush. This is the blush. It's not in a color that's really gonna go with this look, but we'll make it work. Because see the color? I needed something a little more mauve-y, but I'm gonna show it to you. It's a cream blush. So now since I went high here, I kind of have to go high here for the blush. Okay, and I'm only gonna use a little bit. And I'm gonna use the bottom of the little beauty blender here and see if we could just blend that in so that they kind of blend together. Because if I put it here at the apples, I know that's what we wanna do, then it's gonna defeat the purpose of giving that lifted look, right? I'm trying to lift and thin this face. Lift and thin, lift and thin. I'm gonna take a nice big huge fluffy brush. I do this after I've done all of the face. And I'm gonna blend, blend, blend and pull up the eyeshadow so that there's no harsh lines. So we're gonna blend, blend, blend and pull up. Blend, blend, blend. I have my blending song. There we go. Okay. Now let's pick some lip color. So, and wipe off. Now we have plumper lips. We're gonna go in with City Beauty's Rosy Mauve because it will look fantastic with what I am wearing. Look at that, beautiful. So this is a matte color. Okay, now we're going to go in with Rosy Mauve. Rosy Mauve. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now, what's driving me a little nuts is this blush does not go, so we're gonna help it a little bit. Nothing against the blush. Nothing against the blush, but we're gonna go back into our little Too Faced. We're gonna go back into our Too Faced palette and let me just help this out a little bit. So we're gonna go in with this color right here. I know, scary, right? But we're gonna mix it with this one. So two pats. And then we're just gonna go up here. And we're gonna kinda, you know, it's not the blush's fault. My fault. I needed something a little more whiny. Whiny. You know, something a little more whiny. Now, we're gonna take a big fluffy brush and wipe off. See how it kind of just blends in and then you really have that defined space. Now, I'm gonna take my big fluffy brush, take a little, look, hardly any of the Bella Pierre. We're gonna shake off and then we're just gonna go all over the face. Just a little. I mean, seriously. See how it becomes a matte? Really, really pretty, right? Especially we're gonna tone down this blush because it's just not the right color. All right, next we're gonna use a little Urban Decay All Nighter, of course. Now, we have my favorite, which is Juno. So Juno may be out, but Clinique's Chubby Stick isn't. So I still use the same technique, which is this. Spray. Okay. A little bit. Now we're gonna put this on the apples of the cheeks. A little on the nose. Then I take, what the heck? We'll use our beauty blender. But the reason that I do it with the spraying my face first with the setting spray is that it helps move it so that it's not just stuck there, you know, sticking in your pores. And now when you smile, look at that. Go ahead, that's it. Full face, what do you think? Kind of very summery, right? I'm gonna do my hair and I will be right back. So let's start with under eye patches. I mean, you know, first impression, yes, they're good. I don't know if I necessarily like them more than the Cocoa Star. I'm gonna have to use them for a while. So what I will let you know is in the favorites, fills, and empties, after I've used them, you know, for a while, I will go ahead and, my hair is driving me crazy, you guys. I'll go ahead and let you know what I think about that. I feel bad that I didn't really get to try this one, so I'm gonna try the watermelon drops or whatever, the dew drops, watermelon glow, because I forgot to put it on my skin after, because I've got so much stuff in front of me. So I will let you know about that. But let's start with eyes. The Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. I am torn with this palette. It's really, really pretty, you guys, but to be honest, and the look came out great, but the colors, I think they're perfect for spring. But here's the thing. Real Her has a palette where you would get really a lot of similar colors in here. And what I like about this is that shimmers are really soft and malleable, and they don't feel like glitter. In other words, they just go on beautifully. So, and then of course they have the color here for like your upper brow to highlight that. So there's just more colors and more versatility. I want to say probably with this mini palette, they probably were in the same price range, but the palette is pretty. It's just, you know, I won't use these shimmers because they're just not great. So that leaves me with 3 colors, and this one looks nothing like what it's supposed to look like when you swatch it. So it's just, if you like those colors and you like this look, you can easily create it with the Real Her palette. This is Conquer From Within. So I'll list both though in the description box for you. Now the other product we use is for brows, which is Merit. This is something that I've been using for a little while now. I love it. It's just a little wand like mascara, except it's for your brows. Again, if you're having to draw on your brows and create whole brows, this is not the product. But if you just want a little bit of color and a little bit of thickness to it, and just to bring them out a little bit more, fill in those areas that might be getting a little sparse as we age, this is a great product. It's one of my favorites. Eyelashes, so they came out with the kit by Velour. So this was the kit. It came with the lash glue, which I like very much. Came with tweezers, which, you know, I don't really care. And then obviously the lashes. So the lashes are really pretty. They're very natural, very small, nothing over the top. So I really like them. I think they're very, very pretty. And for an everyday look, they're awesome. Or for those of you who are starting out for a glam up day, this would be a great lash as well. So I like the kit because it gives you everything that you could need with not a lot of work involved in it. So that was good. Of course, I just used my Estee Lauder in Coffee for liner. In regards to the face, I tried and true City Beauty Skin Perfecting Daily Veil. I do not go without this. I told you it's a trifecta, why I love it. It makes the skin look great. And if you just use this and the Winky Lux moisturizer, you can go with a no makeup day easily. And then as you move into summer, you add the L'Oreal Glotion to that, and boom, no makeup day. I've done a video on that, but I will, as we get closer to spring, redo that video as well. As far as moisturizers are concerned, I do like this Tatcha. This is actually growing on me. There is a slight fragrance to it, so not that there's perfume in it necessarily. I haven't looked at the ingredients, but I do like the dewiness of it and the softness of it. It's very lightweight, which I like, so I may, well, I will try this one during the day, and then at night I'll stick with my Josie Maran Argan Oil face butter. But yeah, I'm kind of really digging this actually, because it looks, you know, you put it on and it's just really smooth, and yeah, I'm kind of digging it. Sometimes it takes more than 1 or 2 tries to try something. I mean, sometimes you know right away, and then other times it's like, I might like this. And then I'm kind of moving all over the place, so bear with me. So in prepping my lips to get ready in the morning, I always use the City Beauty lip plumping lip gloss. This one is in clear. It's amazing. Here's a before and after. I love it. It's great. And right now they are having a special where you buy one, you get one free. It doesn't have to mean you buy 2 of these. You could buy any of the City Beauty lip products and get one free. So just, there's a coupon code in the description box, and I'll put it here as well. So that is wonderful as well. So they have a lot of different colors, and I'll go through them. I'll go through some of my favorites towards the end when I talk about lips. We've got the sunscreen, primer, anti-aging combination. We've got the Winky Lux moisturizer, tinted. I use light during summer. I use light during fall and winter, medium when we head towards spring and summer. Then the makeup that the foundation is Makeup Forever HD Skin. I'm digging this. Now, here's the thing. This is the second time that I've used it. Third time that I've used this foundation. And I'm really liking it because my big thing is, first of all, I thought it was going to be too yellow. It's not. It blends beautifully. It gives a really gorgeous look to the skin, and it's not settling in these big, huge crevices that I have. Let me pull you in. Look at that. That looks fantastic. Not settling into the finer lines up in the forehead. Look at that. Just great. I mean, look at this, because this one's really big. Yeah, it looks great. And while I have you up close, let's talk about, so you did use the Estee Lauder, which is my tried and true concealer, but what I want you to notice is I used on this side, I used a beauty blender for powder. So my favorite powder is the Bella Pierre HD finishing powder. Okay, this right here. Super, super finely milled. So I used the little puff on this side, right? And look at that. Look at the smoothness. And I used the beauty blender on this side. Not as smooth. So that was kind of a little bit of a shocker. I had to get a little used to it because this is a lot less malleable. But I really like the way that it smoothed that out. Love that. Okay. You're way too close now. Way too close. Okay. Contour. This is L'Oreal Infallible. I love it. I use it all the time. There we go. Too Faced Natural Face Palette. This is the bronzer I use, and then I mix these two blushes at the end. And the reason is because Tower, this one, although beautiful, creamy blush, I'll have to try another one or switch the makeup and I'll try whatever. I'll try this with a different look, but this did not go with like the mauve looks, but it's very creamy and goes on really smooth and beautiful. It is very pigmented. I did notice that. So a light hand is definitely something you need in order to, unless you want major blush. Let's talk lips. So once I've plumped them, I usually either pat off the excess or I'll just wipe off the excess and we still have the plumping effect. And then I went in with the Estee Lauder in Wine, which, let me just swatch this. This is a really pretty color. So that's Wine. And now let's go ahead, let me wipe all this off and I can go ahead and swatch these for you. So what I'm using right now is Sudu Beauty. This is a matte and this is in Rosy Mauve, and so this is the color that I currently have on, and over it I have Los Angeles, which is this little shimmer here. I'll put it next to it. This is more of a clear, but it does have a slight shimmer. So see that? That's the two that I'm wearing right now. And then two of my other favorites are Dusty Rose, which is a really, really pretty fall color. That's Dusty Rose. And then another favorite of mine is Nude York. This is another beautiful sheer color. See that, with a gold shimmer to it? This is really, really pretty. And you can put the clear right over. Anything. Any of the lip glosses, you can put the clear over. See? Now instead of a matte, you have more of a gloss. So you can put the gloss right over. See how pretty that is? Love it. And it has a little bit of, you'll feel a little tingling, but nothing like, oh my God, this is horrible. And right now, like I said, City Beauty is having buy one, get one half off. So if you put 2 in your cart, it doesn't matter. You can mix and match these two, that one, whatever. And then the one is free. So it's a good time to stock up if you love their lip gloss, which I do. So that's it for trying new makeup. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.